Welcome back, everybody, to Brown Bag Bets, powered by BETSPERTS. We are your daily dose of quick hit handicapping and sports betting picks. I'm Alex Christenson, and joining me, as always, with a nice, fresh little haircut, Mr. Andy Molitor. How's it going, Andy? You and Matt did all right yesterday without me.
Yeah, we managed. I usually don't pay attention to basketball that closely, but the game sucked. And boy, I actually got a little I try to keep an even keel with betting because I make so many bets, but I got pretty mad at the kids last night. Like one team was fouling down 13 with like a minute left, went over by like a point or two. I had two unders. Like I was on pace. I looked, I'm like, oh, I could have a nice 6-3 day here if these two stay under, and then massive amount of points in the last minute. That is what you do when you dance with the devil, and that is the under. You are taking your life into your own hands sometimes. So ended up being kind of a whole hum day. Could have been a real nice one, but back at it today. Such is life. NBA was entertaining. I even watched some hockey. Football games stunk, and caught some tennis. A lot of sports. Drug Ravel a little. It was a good week. It's been a good week so far. I'll just like of all the weird takes, like stop having super weird takes. But otherwise, yeah, we move on. We don't have an NFL game on Thursday, so it'll be till the weekend until we get NFL. But plenty of action. We'll have some basketball. We'll have some tennis. Mostly just basketball
Oh,
and
yeah.
tennis. That's
That's
it. In
pretty much
fact,
it.
that is all we're
We
doing
don't, we don't
today.
do hockey. Maybe
I
we'll get
try.
Matt in for some hockey at some
All
point.
right. I won some DFS money yesterday. Nothing big, just a little group chat one we do for everybody throws in. And I wanted to play DFS today. I feel like people are really good at NBA, so I reserved a spot in an NHL one. So you have the next 20 minutes, chat, to tell me who's underpriced in NHL on DraftKings, because I have not entered even a dummy lineup yet. So I look forward to those coming in. And while you do that, we'll go over what we wagered on for the day, starting with the
The
National
smallest NBA slate of
Basketball
the year.
Association. Yes, small slate today, but you found something you liked.
I did just two games. The first one we'll talk about. That's actually my pick. The second one, the Warriors hosting the Pistons, laying 15 and a half points, a total of 218 and a half. I thought about maybe a Pistons team total under, some kind of under there, but just nothing there to like. In the first game, though, the Minnesota Timberwolves laying 3 points against the New York Knicks. Thought about maybe backing the Timberwolves, maybe on the spread, but the better angle for me here was the team total over. I'm looking at 106 and a half, some 107 and a half starting to pop up. Don't play at anything higher than 107 and a half. I have them at 109, pretty close to 110, honestly. The Timberwolves, when they're fully healthy, is a really dynamic offense. The New York Knicks, not necessarily the defensive stalwart that they've been in the past. I think there's some good matchups tonight. And at the other end, the Timberwolves themselves give up a bunch of points. So I thought of even about playing a full game over. It's just I don't know if the Knicks are going to hit their shots tonight. So Timberwolves team total over 106 or 107 and a half looks fine to me. Again, don't mind a full game over the Timberwolves spread if you're interested in that kind of thing.
It stinks it was a small slate. There's not a lot going on today. There better be some hockey games because I did bet some hockey. I had a lot of looks in basketball. I had to cross some off. There's some weird angles, some weird numbers come across, some teams that had some weird pace matchups where it's like, all right, I think both these teams could score a lot, but if the pace is truly what my pace thesis for this game would be, this game could be horrible. And despite looking at an over. Like if the pace stinks, it's not getting there. So, um, yeah, college hoops though. I did find a 6 pack of bets. Did I put them in? I just put them in on BetSperts. I was a little slow on the uptake. Had a lot of other little things going on. Starting to look at golf. I'll talk about golf after this, I guess, because I do have the picture up on the screen here. Davidson +2. I don't know. Like, if I were the superstitious type, I would be like, hey, this is a trap spot. This team can't lose right now, and you're getting points with them. Well, you're getting points with them because they're on the road, and they're not playing that bad of a team. But I think they should be favored. I probably would even look at playing the money line here. Canisius +8 in some afternoon action. The MAAC heading to St. Peter's. I'm guessing this is a game you can't even bet if you're in certain states because this is a. If you live in Jersey, I don't think you can bet this game. St. Peter's is a Jersey school, right? But I have this one a lot closer than the 8 that we're getting here. I looked, I couldn't find anything on missing players for the Golden Griffins, so I fired away. Uh, Bellarmine, not Belmont, Bellarmine,
Careful.
the
Sounds like a beach,
fighting. It sounds like a nice place. Like, can you,
right?
this would be a fun quiz for you. Can you tell me where Bellarmine is? It does sound like to me right away. It sounds southern. That would be
It's no Granyarnya, but it sounds pretty nice.
yeah. It's in Louisville. This was a team that was added to the
Louisville.
ranks of Division One 2 years ago or last year. They haven't been in Division One very long, but decent team this year, winning record, middle of the pack kind of squad, taking on North Alabama. I think 7 is far too short. Um, they do have a few problems. That's why they're a middle of the pack A Sun team. But I have North Alabama as a horrible squad. Basically, if they turn the ball over more than normal, they'll lose by 20 here. The only thing North Alabama does well is shoot their free throws. So I'm not too worried about that one being close. I have Bellarmine closer to a 10-point favorite. And then I bet both Duval games, Jacksonville taking on Liberty and Central Arkansas taking on Jacksonville State. Don't mix these up if you're doing this by sound. Jacksonville Liberty is a very low total. Some again, it's a pace thing. I'm going over 121.5, tempting fate there. Central Arkansas, Jacksonville State under 148.5. And then closing it out with one more over in the totals section of my card with St. Bonaventure taking on Dayton over 132.5 in that one. So I will be 3 sides, 3 totals for me tonight, and we'll see how the rest of the week goes here.
I like it. That's good. It's enough. We kind of keep filling things in. We'll figure out a way to make all this work. It's fine. Don't worry, folks. Now I know you were up watching. Did you watch a lot of any of the tennis yesterday? That was the nice part about the Australian Open. We've really covered up some bad football games and some rough NBA slates. If I'm being perfectly honest.
Yeah, I caught some, mostly because it was a like you said, it was a stinky. We bet the second half over, and it took like numerous what do you want to call it? Shitty field goals, like bad drives. It ended up getting there. I think it ended on 24. We took 23 and a half or 23 flat. We found a 23. We took the over. We said, don't bet the second half. But if we had to, we would take the over. So it was a sweep. It was a super wild card weekend sweep for the halftime show. I still didn't really pay attention. I just turned on score alerts, and like you said, at that point, there's starting to some tennis is starting to trickle in. There was other things to do, so yeah, I'm excited to start ruining some sleep. I think I'm going to stay up and watch some tonight.
Yeah, there's been some good matches, and it's been nice actually. They've been carried over a little bit. I got up, got to sit on the couch early in the morning, watch Sloan and Raducanu go after each other for 3 sets. That part's been fun. I love. I always forget you get that little carryover into the morning.
That is kind of nice too, especially for your early risers, your East Coasters, your early grinders, your coffee crew. You can get up and watch some tennis right away. I forgot I should do that. Like I'm gonna make sure I leave the TV on, like the tennis channel, and then flip it on first thing when I wake up. So my wife gets up at like 5 a.m. man. So sometimes I'm up at 5 a.m. There's definitely tennis on at 5 Central, but as it is, favorites are not usually making your card. It's an underdog day for you here.
Yeah, just a couple picks. Again, there were 16 matches, but as I look at them, there's just a lot of really big lines. I don't know how to attack. I've seen some smart people back. Harmony Tan is a big underdog against Fidelina. Just can't get there myself. Again, as I flip through, thought maybe about Teichmann as an underdog against Azarenka. That's tough. I might go through and maybe later put together kind of a favorites parlay because it's just, as I look at it, there's a lot of big numbers, but the more I look at them, I mean, I don't know. Should Barbara Krejcikova be minus 700 against Jiu Wang? I don't know, but she should be at least minus 500. So maybe some sort of degen stuff like that. But two prices stuck out as value to me. Sarah Sorobis Tormo had a tremendous hard court season last year and continues to carry it in. She goes against Marta Kostyuk, kind of mostly a numbers play for me at first. At Tormo, much better season last year. I look at so far this year, it looks like she hasn't played as much tennis as Kostyuk, but just as good, if not better here. Worst case, I have this match pretty closely lined, so I think anything plus 140 or better looks pretty good here. Teresa Martinkova, somebody we back quite a bit, played against Camila Giorgi. Giorgi's second match of the year. She did win her first match, looked pretty good 2-0 there. And as someone who has a very high level, doesn't play a ton of tennis, but will sporadically from time to time be able to kind of catch lightning in a bottle for a week or two and rip through some tournaments. I don't know if that's what's going to happen here, but I'm always happy to go against her with a pretty solid player in good form. Somebody like Martin's over here, anything plus 150 or better looks good to me. So 200 dogs here. Again, a bunch of other matches. If you're looking for some action, go through, maybe put a couple favorites together or something like that. It seems like a decent night for that. Just doesn't look like value. So I'll probably end up doing, and I just can't officially tell you to do it.
Yeah, I'm down. I like some dogs, especially in this tournament. Here's a fun turn. I bet some ATP tonight. Mostly because
Oh,
the tennis chat is just alive right now. Like the tennis chat in the off season is just arguing about God knows what and conversations about who knows where. It's a mess. But now the tennis is fired back up. Like there's some good tennis conversations. I actually touched up with my 10 ATP, one of my ATP conciliaries, Mr. Watto on the side here about this bet. I mean, he basically told me this is a bad bet, and then I almost talked him into betting an alternate set spread on this anyway. But couple tonight, I'm looking at the times here, and I never know if the order of play is quite right, but it looks like the Opelka match, which is the second one I'm going to talk about, could start as early as like again, I don't know how many courts they're using for the men and how accurate this is, but maybe like 8 tonight. Who knows? So this might be something you don't even have to stay up too late. Is the McDonald match, which I'm going to talk about first, is scheduled for closer to midnight Central. But Mackenzie McDonald, this is betting into a bad price because it's like Kelly said, it's already baked into the price. His opponent, the Russian doper who came out of nowhere last year, Aslan, and I never say his last name right. It's gone back and forth, and Karatsev or Karatsev, but Karatsev, he
pretty sure it's
played.
Toronto.
Yeah, I mean, he played one of these like Alex has had all these lead up tournaments. The men have lead up tournaments too. Karatsev played a shitload of tennis in Sydney. He played a 5-setter in the first round. He didn't look all that, he looked fatigued. He looked tired. He didn't look all that good against somebody he should have beat a little easier here. So Mackenzie McDonald, it would have been a lot cooler to get 2-1 here. It's built in, but I said it's good down to minus 110, Kelly, if he's just going to win anyway. So he said that the 3-0 as you often will do with like Coco Golf when you like an over, you say, maybe I'll play the sets over like 3 sets. If you want to play Mackenzie McDonald 3-0, it's like almost 6-1, I think. But I'm gonna take it a little easier than that. I'm gonna play the plus 155 for him to get the straight up win. And then earlier in the day, like I said, Riley Opelka, who is a gigantor. He's like 6'7" American. Now he's got a beard. He looks like the guy from Big Fish at this point. I'm playing him minus 1.5 sets. So this is a handicap. And like anyone who doesn't bet a ton of tennis, maybe a little confusing. In a football game, the spread is the spread. In tennis, there's going to be 2 spreads. There's going to be the set and there's going to be the games. So this is not a game spread. The game you see, it's 3.5 at my book. Yeah, and Dan makes a good point. He's not 6'7", he's 6'11". He's enormous.
That's my favorite picture every year. Like when he ends up playing Diego
Diego.
Schwartzman, they take a picture of him and he's like literally like a foot and a half taller. I think that's what it is. I think he's a foot and a half taller.
Yeah, Diego's like 5'8", man. He's just a little guy.
I don't know. I'm sure if he's that tall.
But Opelka, the giant here, he played another taller serve bot earlier, maybe somebody a little closer to the end of his career.
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, Mr. Anderson, Kevin Anderson, South African version of him, but much older. And really, like, his game is predicated on the serve. He's a very good server. He's a massive human being, but he's been a lot better on return of late. The price in this one is probably depressed because of the head to head. I think he's lost the last 3 matchups against his opponent tonight in Dominic Kepfer, the German. But I didn't rate Kepfer's first round win very well. Like, I don't think he's playing that well. I think the price is depressed because of the head to heads. And I'm playing the -1.5 sets, -130 here. This is the way I want to approach this. I like this a little better than the game spread. The game spread is 3.5. I could see this being seriously like 4 tie breaks, and you win 3 out of 4, and you're up 2 games at that point. But you've covered the set spread, so I don't want to mess around with games with a serve bot. So 1.5 sets, -130. Mackenzie Donald 155. And that would be that'd be it for the picks today. Not a ton else. I did want to touch on a couple things quick. I mentioned it yesterday. I'm gonna put something up on the Twitter about this too. We mentioned the prop swap giveaway yesterday. Like, if you wanted to sign up for a prop swap account, we will send you a free hat. I have something even better, real quick. If you live in Arizona, or if you live in Iowa, I will give you a damn sweatshirt. We have a sign up code for Fubo, which is a newer sports book that's only available in a couple municipalities right now. And like I said, it's only Iowa and Arizona at the moment. But if you sign up, you obviously get their free sign up deal. You get like a risk-free bet or a bunch of free money or whatever they give you. But if you use our link, deposit in Fubo, I'll give you a promo code. Take it over to the store, pick out a sweatshirt of your choice. You can get a BETSPERTS sweatshirt, a deep dive hoodie, whatever you want from there too. So I'll post some information on the Brown Bag Bets Twitter account, which is just at Brown Bag Bets, right after I get off the show here. And if you have any questions, just DM me on that, especially if you are a Arizona or Iowa resident. Take advantage of all the sign-up offers.
Yes.
It's just free money to pad your bankroll as you get started.
You'd be foolish not to.
And then real quick, Rick Daddy 69420, longtime Twitch contributor to multiple streams that I'm on, says Norris. Oh man, Takachuk. I can't say that, guys. It's got not enough vowels. Chachuk. And then Sam Bennett to fill out center. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna just ask Matt about this, but I've got some hockey players. I'm gonna have to go back. Kachuk is a cool name, actually. So
it is kind of cool. I do like that.
So, all right. Well, if you are in the YouTube chat, unlike Rick Daddy, hit the thumbs up. We do appreciate that. We appreciate you hanging out with us today. If you have any picks, drop them in the comments below. I'll take a look at that. If you have any more hockey help, drop those in the comments under this video on YouTube. And we'll catch you back here tomorrow for some hump day action.
Love it.